Hi, Pisces. This is your reading for the time period of September 1st to September 14th, 2019. For those of you who are new to my channel, thank you for subscribing to Amani's Lightwork, okay? So I actually did your reading before, but I already did it, but I wasn't satisfied with it, so that's why I'm doing it again, okay? So let's see what energies come through for you for Virgo season / Libra season. Hmm. All right, Pisces. So the Chariot card is underneath. You could be dealing with a Cancer, but that's work. So Chariot energy implies work. You're traveling from it. You're traveling to it. Just depends on what's going on. But I'm tired. So traveling to it, traveling from it, you're tired. So either you're tired of dealing with a Cancer, either you're tired of dealing with a Cancer, or they talk too much. Also, so if you're dealing with a Cancer, they may talk too much, or something is going on with traveling to and from work. But I need a car. So traveling to and from work, you need an Uber, you need a Lyft, you need a Via, or you just need your own car, but financing for one. So you may need to figure out a way or set up a payment plan where you can use a card temporarily, or that may something there may also be on hold for some reason, or you need to gather the rest of the money that you need to put a down payment on a card. It just depends on the energy that's coming through. But this could also be a situation here where you may need to borrow a car as well if you have your license and things of that nature. I had a cousin, so you may want to borrow a car from a cousin, or you need your cousin to pick you up and take you somewhere, whatever the situation is there. But it's car and travel related. That's why the Chariot energy is there. But every time I say when I said Chariot energy is there, I'm tired. So either you're tired of trying to get a family member to do something for you. Then it could be a cousin or a sibling that drives. It's a cousin or a sibling that drives, but for some reason you're tired of either something is repetitious with a cousin or a sibling that drives. So I mean, travel is intertwined in it, but it's just the fact that you just deal with them at family members. The fact that you just deal with family members may be tiring, and it could be a Cancerian family member, but they don't want to be somewhere. So if you're just tired of dealing with a Cancerian energy that's a family member, or they could be a coworker as well, they don't want to be somewhere. So them not wanting to be somewhere is that you could be trying to invite that element out all the time, or to family outings, or to family get-togethers, and co-worker outings and friend group outings, but they don't want to go. So when I ran through those examples, they just don't want to go, and that could be where the tiresome energy is coming. That could be where the tiresome energy is coming from with dealing with them in that way. Do they have that kind of feeling about you? But more so the car. So if they have that feeling about you, it has more so to do with a car, or something going on with traveling and being picked up, not being picked up, or going to get them, or trying to bribe someone to go get them. So the going to get them is bribing someone to go get them from somewhere, but it has something to do with picking them up, invite them somewhere. They don't want to go. With you. They just don't want to go somewhere with you, or they don't want to be somewhere with you. It just depends on what's going on. They do or they do not. But something that's car related, or something just tiresome with trying to get them to do something, period. Or it could be something going on with complying, but the complying is coming through invitations that you're trying to dish out to them all the time, and they may not want to do something. So it just depends on what's going on. Okay. Your starting point has the King of Pentacles energy. That's a Taurus. So the King of Pentacles energy the Spirit directly said, this is a Taurus that you're dealing with here. The Chariot energy could be trying to find them, but they don't want to go. So the Chariot is trying to find this person also, and a Cancer, or you're just trying to find this person, or you could be using a Cancer to find this person, but they know where they are. So using a Cancer to find a Taurus, they know where a Taurus lives. They know where Taurus works. They just hiding. The Cancer knows that a King of Pentacles energy is hiding. Does a King of Pentacles energy know that a Cancer is hiding? that a Cancer is hiding. And the King of Pentacles energy, knowing that a Cancer is hiding, they're hiding from you. They know that a Cancer is hiding from you, or this element is hiding from a Cancer or you. Just depends on what's going on. But I know where they are. So they may not be hiding from you necessarily, but they're hiding from a Cancer, or the Cancer just may not want to see this person, vice versa. And the Chariot energies, why don't the two of them want to see each other? Those two elements could be family members, they could be co-workers, they could be friends, they don't want to see each other. So when I ran through that, the two of them don't want to see each other. The trying to go get the Cancer is the trying to go get the Cancer or find the Cancer is to go may have something to do with having to pick up this person, but they need a ride. So the King of Pentacles energy may need a ride, or they don't drive, or not right now. So when I said they don't drive right now. So something, they could have their driver's license and things of that nature, but something there may be on standstill, or something there, what do you call that process? Something may be going on interesting with their driver's license, or something's going on, what do you call that? Their driver's license is inactive, or they can't use it, or what, because they did something. So when I said driver's license inactive and they can't use it, it has something to do with something that they did. So they could have went over the speeding limit. They could have went over the speeding limit, or they could have been driving without whatever. They could have been driving and doing something illegal while they were driving. It just depends on what's going on, or driving in the what do you call it? Driving fast in carpool lanes, or pulling over on the wrong side. That could be what they don't drive. That could be why they don't drive. That's the King of Pentacles energy being in the starting point. But I need them. So you do need this person, but the needing the cars and things is because needing drives and needing rides and things of that nature is causing frustration, because the Cancerian energy is fully capable of picking you up, but they just don't want to be helpful. They may drive, but they just don't want to get in the car and come get you to pick you up and do whatever it is that you need them to do. But that's could be what's annoying you about the Cancer. But this energy is trying to hide, because they either don't want you to know what happened to their driver's license. They either don't want you to know what happened to their driver's license, but now you're turning to them to help you with something. Hey, groceries. You're turning to them to help you with groceries, or if this is workplace, you need them to pick up something for you and things of that nature, and errands and whatever. It doesn't have to be car. You just need this person, but you just need a Cancer. You just need a Taurus element, but they're trying to be MIA. So when I ran through them, they're just trying to be MIA from responsibilities, or they're trying to hide the fact that something did happen to their driver's license if they do drive. And you're like, what am I going to do? I need a Cancer. I need the King of Pentacles energy. They don't want to see a Cancer. So you needing them, they don't want to see a Cancer, because the Cancer, they may not like how the Cancer treats you, vice versa. Whatever the situation is there, they may not like how a Cancer treats you. And that could be what pretending to not be able to do something. They're pretending to not be able to do something, but it has a lot to do with the relationship or the bond that you have with a Cancer, or just needing a Cancer. It just depends on what's going on. But something is also going on with them where you need them, but they're either pretending that something is wrong with their car, or they're pretending that something is wrong with their their driver's license and things of that nature. Either they're pretending that something's going on with that stuff, or something is really going on with it, and you feel like you're running out of choices. You feel like you're running out of choices for a ride, or a pickup of some kind, or just someone to just, if it's not car related, then it's just something going on with business partners. Lazy. You just have lazy business partners, lazy lovers, that they don't want to do anything for some reason. Okay. And you have designated responsibility with them. They're not following through. Designated responsibility with them. They're not following through. Either it's a Taurus or it's a Cancer. All right. What you're waiting on is the Eight of Swords energy there with the King of Pentacles energy. But should I call them? So you're thinking that you should call a Taurus, but need Virgo. So thinking that you should call a Taurus, you may need a Virgo male as well. You may need a Virgo male or a Capricorn male, but you may need all the earth sign energies that are male, but they're with each other. So needing all the earth sign males, they're either they're always with each other. They may always be with each other, but that's why something happened. So the Eight of Swords with the King of Pentacles energies is that energies with an S or energy, or one of them is responsible for why something happened to the others. It is depends. I keep getting it's bringing me back to a car. So when I said one of them being responsible for what happened to all of them as a whole, or one of them being responsible for what happened to the others, it has something to do with their car, but acting silly. So they may have been acting silly in a car, or not wearing seatbelts, or drinking in the car, whatever, right in the back seat. They may have been doing that kind of activity in the back seat. This could be a situation here in the workplace where you have someone's going on these King of Pentacles energies. They could be coworkers, but they could be coworkers that hang out with each other all the time, but don't think they should do that anymore. So the Eight of Swords is that you think they should not do that anymore. The Eight of Swords is trying to call them and things that what happened. The Eight of Swords is trying to call them and things of that nature, and you want to know what happened to them. That could be why you're also trying to contact a Cancer. The Cancerian energy may have information on what happened. The Cancerian energy may have information on what happened to one of these King of Pentacles energies, what happened to their car. They're not going to tell you. So the Cancer, you may be getting in touch with a Cancer, and the Cancer's not trying to tell you what happened to a Taurus car, what happened. But where's the Virgo? So every time I say that, you want to know where a Virgo is from earlier on. You want to know where a Virgo is. They were not with them. So a Virgo, that's a guy. A Virgo was not with them. A Virgo may not have been with a Taurus or a Capricorn male. A Virgo may not have been, or Virgo was not with a Taurus at the time of something. A Virgo may not. A Virgo may have not been with a Taurus at the time something happened. So it could be something going on with a car, or I get insurance. So it has something to do with one of these elements, car insurance. It may have something to do with their car insurance, but a Virgo that you're calling, a Virgo that you're trying to call may have information on the Taurus car insurance or somebody's insurance. It doesn't have to be car insurance. It could be something going on in the workplace with your insurance or their insurance, but they don't have. So they may not have some type of work. You know how workplaces give insurance, but you may have that. You may have that secured because you talk to a supervisor. You may have that secured for yourself because you talk to a supervisor, but something's going on with a Taurus or a Virgo. One of these earth sign males, they don't workplace insurance. They don't have workplace benefits. They may not have workplace benefits, but I have part of theirs. So you may have part of these elements workplace benefits, or they didn't know that they may not have known that they may not have known that there was workplace benefits, period. But that could be what's secretive because of the Aquarian. That could be what's secretive because of the Aquarian, or that could have been a secretive conversation that you had with the Aquarian energy, but hold on to their stuff. So the secretive conversation coming from the Aquarian is that they're asking you to hold on to the earth sign males things, to the King of Pentacles energies information, but they're not coming back. So the Aquarian energy may want you to hold on to the Taurus information, whatever. They may want you to hold on to their information because they're not coming back. But I keep getting car. Something happened with their car. So it could be it got taken away, or they didn't pay the insurance. They didn't pay the insurance on their car in a timely fashion, but that's why something happened. So not paying the insurance in a timely fashion on their car, that could be why something happened. If it's not a car, it could be a bike, like a motorcycle, or like a bike, whatever kind of bike, or it's a car, a truck, a van, but they're not paying for. So when I ran through all those examples of vehicles, they're not paying for them. They either not making enough, either something's going on with their job, but I have that information. Something to be going on with their job, and you're on the outside looking into. They're having issues, car payments. They're having issues with car payments and mortgage, things of that nature. But the Aquarian energy instilled in you that they're responsible. The Aquarian energy instilled in you that they're responsible for why one of these why one of these King of Pentacles energies can't afford something anymore. Why they can't afford something anymore. And that could be, they could be trying to, but they're embarrassed. So when I look at the King of Pentacles energy, they're embarrassed. Whatever it is they can't pay for. This could be a situation here, if it's not cars and needing help from family members. And if it's a family situation where you need someone to pick you up, but they may not want to look. This could be a situation where someone's embarrassing. So either there's a situation here where you may have a family member that they lost their car, but however they lost it, something's going on with their job, and they may not want to tell you that they lost their job. or something is odd going on with their job, or something's going on with their job, cutting back on how much they're getting paid. So because of that, I keep getting car payments. Because of that, they can't make car payments anymore. They can't. Something's going on with their rent and mortgage, and think. But I want to help them. So something's going on with their rent and mortgage and cars and motorcycles and things of that nature. They can't pay for those things. But Aquarian fault. So it's the Aquarian energy's fault that they can't pay for those things anymore. So either this is family, and your family member's embarrassed because they can't pay for their own things anymore. So they don't want to outwardly ask you for help. They may not want. Is that going on with you and you need that person? That could be why the Eight of Swords is there, because something interesting may be going on like that with you, but more so them. So when I said that kind of stuff going on with you, more so them is happening too. But you feel bad because they're embarrassed and they can't take care of themselves. They can't finances. They can't take care of things that they need to majorly finance in their own life. They can't take care of that stuff anymore. I keep getting because of it. They can't. Something that Aquarian energy did or said, or a conversation that with a boss, and a conversation that an Aquarian had with another family member, a conversation that an Aquarian energy had with a supervisor or a boss, it caused them to lose out on part of their payment. Something there caused this energy caused a supervisor to cut back on this person's pay, but something is karmic with that as well too. Something is karmic into a supervisor cutting back on this element's pay, but it's my fault. So a supervisor doing that, it's your fault. A supervisor doing that, it's your fault. But or if it's not that, then it's an Aquarian energy's fault why they can't afford. It's just an Aquarian energy's fault into why this person can't afford something, because either an Aquarian energy. I keep gonna give you part of their information or their stuff or money. The Aquarian energy. Oh, I see what's going on here. If this is a workplace situation, you had a secretive conversation with an Aquarian about taxes. You had a secretive conversation with an Aquarian about workplace, about taxes going on in the workplace. So something's going on where you may be taking part of that. You may be taking part of that somehow, but they're finding that out. So you taking part of that somehow, the King of Pentacles energy, they may be finding that out. Think something is silly. So them finding out that you're doing that with the Aquarian, they think it's silly. Are they doing that to you and something is silly? Are they trying to do that with an Aquarian? They may be trying to do that with an Aquarian on you, but I should sue. So if they're trying to do that on you with an Aquarian, you should sue. Or do you think that they're going to sue because of what you think they want to sue because of, but conceal my name in this situation. So you think that they may want to sue because they're starting to find out secretive things that the Aquarian energy did or a supervisor did. It just depends on what's going on. But they may not know, the King of Pentacles energy or energies, they may not know that you're involved. And that could be, I keep getting concealed, that they may not know that. So there's a need for you to get, to get your name concealed in the situation. So this could be a situation in a workplace where this energy, if something's going on with their taxes or their benefits in the work their benefits in the workplace you have, but they don't know that you're behind the scenes of receiving part of that. They don't know that you're behind the scenes of receiving part of that, and the Aquarian energy is responsible for giving you part of that, or working out a deal, schmoozing them, working out a deal to get part of their taxes, get part of their workplace benefits, but they don't even work on certain days. So when I say getting part of their workplace benefits and things of that nature, they don't even work on certain days. You're trying to tell the Aquarian energy they don't even work on certain days. So why do they need that coverage for the days that they're not even working? That's what I'm trying to get. So why do they need coverage for days that they're not even going to be somewhere? And you're trying to get, but whatever they can't use, you're trying to get in on. But it's aggravating them because they don't know that your name is on your file. They don't know that your name is on their file in terms of receiving benefits that they can't use. In terms of receiving benefits that they can't use. That's why the Eight of Swords is there with them. Interesting. So if it's not that, then if it's not workplace shadiness and trying to get on people's benefits, because this is like you're saying to yourself, Eight of Swords, you're saying to yourself, well, I don't want this. It doesn't make any sense. He or she, he's not there Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday. So why should those hours or why should those benefits go to waste? You're like, why can't I just use that? That's what you're telling the Aquarian. Why can't I just use those? whatever hours, or their pay, you take their pay out. This could be a situation here where this element may get paid for not being there. The King of Pentacles energy or energies, one of those elements there, Taurus, whatever, they get sit around also. They get paid to sit around, or someone's going on where they get paid for not being somewhere. So you're like, that's a waste. Eight of Swords energy is like, that's a damn waste of money. So you're trying to have conversations with another coworker or their supervisor or your boss that you have together, whatever it is. You're trying to have whatever air sign. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius, it could be whatever air sign, but you're having conversations with them. What's the point of them getting paid? What's the point of them getting paid for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? They're not even there. Why can't I'm there on those days? Why can't I get that part of their pay out for me? You know? And something's really shady about that. And they may be finding that out, but they don't have a reason to be upset. Like you think that they should not be upset because they're not even there. You think that they should not be upset because they're not even there. This could be a situation here where they get paid. This element may get paid. I keep getting for not being there. They get paid for just not being somewhere. Like they could take a whole week. They take a whole week or 2 weeks off and still get paid. They take a whole week and 2 weeks off, but they still get paid for their vacation days, and that's not fair. Eight of Swords is that's not fair, because you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't receive that kind of privilege. That could be why you're trying to get a deal out of the air signs, so that you could receive money or taxes or something from their information for the days that they're not even there. You think something is a waste. It just depends on what's going on. You're like, why not? Something's stingy also as well. So something may be stingy about this element. If it's a King of Pentacles, something may be stingy about them, but telling Aquarian. So you think something is stingy, or you think this could be a situation here where this element may be really privileged in the workplace, but they're not. Something's interesting where, like, they may be overpaid. Like something it may be overpaid, but it's for no reason. It's for no reason that they're getting overpaid, and you think that that's a waste. For some reason, you think it's a waste. So you're trying to have conversations with their supervisors, or you share a supervisor, or whatever. Or boss. You're trying to have these conversations. You're trying to have these conversations. It does not make sense for him to be getting paid on these multiple days, a whole week. That it's a waste. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money that I could have, because I'm there when he's not there. It just depends on what's going on with the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So if it's not workplace and shadiness and they need to sue energy, then it's just a family member that's embarrassed because they're not telling you. I keep getting card payments. They're not telling you that they can't pay their card payments. The Chariot energy underneath is needing to go pick them up, but they may not be Eight of Swords. They may not be telling you the reason why they need a ride. They need a lift. And they're just telling you, oh, my car is getting fixed, but lost car. They're just trying to tell you, oh, my car is getting fixed, but they really lost their car. Or something happened with their job, but they're embarrassed to tell you something happened with their job. Or you're responsible for why something happened to their job. If it's a co-worker, it just depends on what's going on. If it's not family, or it's just something going on, or if it's lazy business partners, you deem them to be lazy because they're getting paid for days that they don't work. And you think that's a waste of money, and you think that money that they're making for not being there should go to you or someone else. It just depends on what's going on. Interesting. Your present has the Eight of Cups energy there. All right. So Eight of Cups energy, workplace. The Eight of Cups energy is your energy, yes, but something interesting is going on in the workplace because of something that you did or something that you said or something related to Aquarian. When I said something that you said, it has something to do with something that you relate to an Aquarian about a King of Pentacles energy. But what I think of them, or what I really think of them, you relate some type of shady, you had some type of shady conversation with an Aquarian about them. But thinks you should stop talking about them also. So the Aquarian energy may think that you should stop talking about the King of Pentacles energies. Are you talking about the Aquarian? Are you talking about the Aquarian with the King of Pentacles? But they don't want to hear. So you may be talking about the Aquarian with the King of Pentacles energies that they don't want to hear in the workplace. And that could be why the Eight of Cups energy is in the present as well. But stop talking. So you may need to stop talking about one of these elements here. But Aquarian on your side. So the Aquarian energy may be on your side. You deem them to be on your side for some reason with the Eight of Cups. But what did Taurus hear? So when I said them being on your side with the Eight of Cups, what did the Taurus element hear? What do they hear? So they may have heard something. They may have heard something about their information or their things. They may have heard something about their information or their stuff. They may have heard that. So either they heard the Aquarian energy, either they heard but didn't see you talking to you as well. So they may not have seen, they may have missed that part of the conversation, or they may not have seen. This could be a situation, they could be walking by, or and they heard you in an Aquarian talking about them. They just heard you in Aquarian energy talking about them, but they may have missed that they may have missed one part of that conversation about their information. They may have missed the part that you were of that. They may have missed the part of the conversation that you were having with the Aquarian about their information. That's why the Eight of Cups energy is there. They missed that one piece of the conversation there. But can you erase the video when I said that? So you're trying to ask the Aquarian, whatever air sign, you're trying to ask the Aquarian energy, can you erase that recording? Can you erase the video? Can you erase that text that you sent someone? Can you erase the text you sent somebody? Can you erase the surveillance video because it picks up sound? So can you erase the surveillance video because it picks up sound? This could be a situation in the workplace where there's different videos for different rooms and surveillance videos, but they all pick up sound. But they all pick up sound, but only certain coworkers know that. So only certain coworkers, you could be one of those coworkers and the Aquarian and the Taurus, whatever. There's certain coworkers there's certain coworkers there's certain coworkers that are unaware of that. They're unaware that a surveillance video like TV thing that has one big screen has different cameras for every room or offices and things of that nature. But something is going on where only a few coworkers know. Only a few coworkers know where the box. There's like a separate in the office. There's a separate box or like a what do you call those things? Those cabinets that you unlock. That it has those. What do you call those? Where the audio, like, so that you can access the audio. Like only certain coworkers know where that is, or only the Aquarian. The Aquarian knows where that is, or they know where the key is for the audio box for the surveillance videos. It's the audio part. So the surveillance, every surveillance video has an audio portion, but not everybody is able to hear, or not everybody knows where not everybody knows where that box is that has the volume, or that has the recorded part of the video. So only certain coworkers can see only the screen part. They can only see the screen part, but they don't have access to the audio, but I do. Not having access to the audio, you have access to the audio. So they're telling the Aquarian energy, you're trying to tell the Aquarian energy, can you erase the audio part of that? Can you figure out a way, play it back? Can you play the audio back? Can you rewind the audio? I want to hear that part. But that could be what a Taurus asks them. So that could be what a Taurus asks the Aquarius energy. That's why the Eight of Swords energy is there, nervous. The Eight of Swords is there because you're nervous. The Eight of Swords is there because you're getting really nervous, cold sweats and things of that nature, because that's why the Eight of Cups is there at the workplace, because the Aquarian betrayed also. So you're thinking that they're going to betray you, but should I bribe? So you feel like you need to bribe that person. But the Taurus element is trying to ask them to replay. The Taurus element is trying to ask them to the Taurus element is trying to ask them to rewind. Are you asking the Aquarian to rewind something so you can find out what a Taurus said about you? So you can find out what a Taurus said about you, or it's something going on where the Taurus is looking at the Aquarian to replay or rewind a tape or surveillance tape. Either rewind a surveillance tape or rewind just the audio portion. They don't care about the visual part. They care about the audio because it has something to do with their information, because they need to hear the part of the conversation pertaining to you talking about their information with the Aquarian. But they're not going to do something. So the Aquarian energy may not end up doing something because you bribe them, or they don't have heart. They may not have a heart to do something. They may not have the heart or the strength to do something. You know what I mean? That could be another situation as well. So if it's not workplace, then it's just family. It could be family. You could be talking about another family member, but somebody try to record that conversation. You could be talking about another family member, but some air sign element may have been. Why are they doing that? The air sign element in the family may be trying to record the conversation that you're having about a Taurus in the family. And why are they doing that? If it's Libras and whatever, the Aquarian energy feels more so more so with someone that you see during in the workplace. The Libra could be workplace as well, but I had enough. The Libra is workplace energy as well, but you had enough of the Libra. They whatever the reason in the family and the workplace, you had enough of the Libra for some reason, because you had enough of that recorded. You had enough of them because they recorded something, or they recorded a conversation. You didn't know you did not know that you may need a bribe of Libra. You did not know that they were recording a conversation in the workplace with business partners. In the family, you didn't know that they were recording a conversation. And you want to know why they were recording a conversation. But should I bribe? Should I bribe the Libra? But them recording a conversation related to Taurus. Them recording a conversation is that you're thinking that they're going to relay whatever they recorded. You're thinking that they're going to take their phone or whatever it is that they used to record a conversation that you were having. You're thinking that they're going to relay that back to a Taurus for some reason. That's why the Eight of Swords energy is there, with the Eight of Cups being in the present. But what did I do? So Eight of Swords and with the Eight of Cups is, what did I do? You're like, what did I do with these air signs? What did I do misbehaving? So they may be misbehaving. Are you deeming it, or is the Taurus elements there, or the Taurus may be acting up because they're finding out something, because of the Aquarian, because of the Libra. It just depends on what's going on. But I get dependence when I run through them. So something may be, when I say the Taurus and the Aquarian and Libra, something may be dependent about them for some reason in the workplace. Or that exact thing that you said, somebody could have relayed to them, or that could be what they heard. I keep getting on a surveillance video. That could literally be what they heard on a surveillance video. Or some of them have access to only the audio part of a surveillance video, and they could have been listening to it, but when you weren't at work. So they could have been listening to that when you weren't at work. They could have, but one of these air signs is responsible for sharing the key, so they could get into the audio box to listen to it, or sharing the however the audio is separate for some reason, or the audio is there, but only certain people know how to turn it on for certain surveillance videos, and some of the betrayal about that for some reason, or it's your conversation that you were having with the air signs about the King of Pentacles energies. But it has something to do with their information and just criticizing them. It is their information and just criticizing them, period. And somebody recorded it, or they want to, or what you said is recorded because it's a workplace, and somebody caught that conversation on video. And they feel betrayed by you. They feel betrayed by you, but they're trying to hook up people to replay that audio for them. And you're aware of that. So there's a need to stop that from happening. So you won't get so that something crazy won't happen to you there, or some type of embarrassment and things of that nature. The embarrassment was coming off of their energy. Because of a supervisor. The embarrassment is coming off of their energy because of a choice that a supervisor wants to make. That's what the Eight of Swords. But the reason for why a supervisor is making a clear and concise decision about their money and their benefits is because of a conversation that you needed to have. But it has a lot to do with them wasting time. It has a lot to do with them wasting time. You deem them to be wasting time. So that could be why you had a conversation with them, but they don't know they do, or they're trying to find out what you did by looking at a surveillance video, or by replaying it, or by replaying the audio, getting the cran or to replay the audio, and trying to bribe those elements to don't let them do that. or something's going on, but they saw you, they have inklings that you're behind the scenes of betrayal. They have inklings that you're behind the scenes of something that's going on them with betrayal in the workplace. They have inklings that you're behind the scenes of that. They have inklings. So that could be why they use their intuition well. They do or they do not, but they have inklings. So that could be why they're hooking up the air sign element, replay video. That's why they're hooking up air sign elements to replay video for them. Or they want to know what you were saying. They just want to know what you were saying and how you were saying. So this could be a situation as well where you could have if the Aquarian is not a coworker, they're not only a coworker, then the air sign element could be the energy of a supervisor. It could just be the energy of a supervisor, and they somehow they're aware because of Aquarian. Somehow they're just aware that you had a conversation with the supervisor. Somehow they're just aware of that period. and they feel the need to replay that video or that audio, or they hooked up the air sign energy record. If it's not surveillance videos, things of that nature, the King of Pentacles energy, they just hooked up one of the air signs to record a conversation you were having with, but they're not supposed to do that. So they're just trying to hook up the air signs to record a conversation that you were having with a supervisor. They hooked up the air sign elements to do that. If it's not extreme like surveillance videos and the surveillance video audio box, and trying to get into that, and only certain coworkers know the combination and where the key is for that. It's just somebody using their phone to record a conversation, and you're trying to tell you somehow you're finding that out. Find Aquarian when I said it. Somehow you're finding that out. And you need to find the Aquarian. Delete that recording. Delete that recording. How do you know that's happening? However, you just have that kind of insight if that's the case. Your future has the Five of Wands energy there. And your instincts has the King of Wands energy, Leo, right? Deceive. So either you're deceiving a Leo, or you feel deceived, but helps Taurus. So you feel deceived by the Leo because they help a Taurus. You may not want them to help a Taurus. It just depends on what's going on. The King of Wands energy is Leo energy, and you're thinking that they help a Taurus, but they're trying to relay what a supervisor said or another family member said. They're trying to relay a conversation. Like the King of Wands, if it's a Leo's trying to relay some type of secret conversation that they're trying to relay that you were having. They're trying to relay a secret conversation that you were having with the air signs or a supervisor. They're trying to relay that conversation to the King of Pentacles energy there. But don't do that. So you're trying to tell them, don't relay what I said about him. Do not relay that, please. You're begging them not to relay. But I keep getting criticism. So you're begging them to not relay the fact that you were criticizing this person. Or were you criticizing a King of Wands energy? I get work ethic. So you may have been criticized with the air signs. You may have been criticizing a Leo element's work ethic with the air sign elements. You may have been criticizing their work ethic there. You know what I mean? And that could also, but Taurus helps them as well. So the Taurus may help a Leo element there, but they may help them their information. They help them. The King of Pentacles energy helps a Leo to their own information. However you want to look at information in the sense where information like what was said or what somebody heard or literally their information, but that could be why they're trying to safeguard. That could be why they're trying to safeguard the benefits that they receive in the workplace. They share it because they share it with a King of Wands energy. But I didn't know that. So the Eight of Swords energy, Eight of Cups, you may not have known that. All these eights could be something that you're finding out in August. We're still in August, but there could be something that you're finding out towards the end of August. These are 8 cards, so it could be August 28th that you're having a conversation. It could be August 28th that you're having a conversation. And it could have something to do with something that's going on here, but something is extreme with you not knowing that. That's why I said dependence and things that a Leo is. When I said dependence and things of that nature, a Leo is a dependent to a Taurus element's information. They're dependent. So that could be why from earlier on in the reading, that could be why this element is trying to safeguard the benefits that they receive, or they're trying to safeguard the pay that they receive for just not being somewhere because they have something's going on with them together where they have a contract. These two elements may have a contract together. So they're saying to each other, I am, they're not supposed to do that also. So they're not supposed to do that. The example that I'm going to give, the spirit just screamed out, they're not supposed to do that. These are two co-workers where one has a higher privilege over the other one for whatever reason. One has a higher, or it has something to do with position differences and things of that nature. But they may receive, I keep getting for not being there. They receive money or benefit for just not being somewhere. But whatever they don't, something here you didn't know. Yes, whatever this element receives from not being somewhere, it goes to the Leo. It goes to the Leo. And something there, Aquarian told you. And Aquarian energy may be telling you that, or that could be something that they need to tell you, but you didn't know that. But they're telling you that. You didn't know that, and them telling you that is, but I keep getting sued. So something's going on with suing there. So, This is interesting. Something may be going on here with suing. So either you think, either the Aquarian energy is sharing that with you, that those two elements had that kind of contract to get. Not supposed to do that. The Aquarian is sharing with you that those two elements have that kind of contract or agreement together, but they're not supposed to do that in a workplace, a company, a firm. They're not supposed to have that kind of connection and contract going on, but they did it on their own. They formulated that kind of contract on their own. And the suing energy is because you're finding that out from an air sign, and because they shouldn't have told you that either. So the spirits, like, they may not have been supposed to tell you that either. But something's going on where you feel like you want to take matters into sue. You feel like you want to take matters into your own hands because you feel like you should sue. You're trying to sue a workplace. Are you trying to sue a company? Are you, well, whatever it is that you're trying to sue, you feel like you need to sue for some reason, because they're not supposed to do that. So money that but from the beginning, you the Aquarian or whatever air sign, from the beginning, those elements told you, he received this, that, and the third for just sitting around or for just not being there. But you're like, okay, well, how can I get the ends on, how can I receive? How can I? That's why they're embarrassed and things of that nature, because something may be working there with you trying to hook up somebody to take away something from them. But something's going on where you're trying to work out a situation. You're finding that out and get disgusted. You're finding out and you're disgusted. So I want. How do I get what they can't? How do I get what they're basically not using? How do I, or they are using it? It is hours. I don't know, hours, lunch, whatever it is. Whatever, some type of benefit, some type of special benefit thing that they receive in the workplace, or hours, or pay, or time off pay that is getting what you think that is getting wasted, but it's not getting wasted. But you're trying to get it, but you trying to get what you think they're not using. You trying to get you trying to get what you think they're not using is actually going their friend. It's actually going to their friend in the workplace, or just their friend. Period. Just their regular friend. If it's not workplace stuff, it's going to their friend. Like I said, they could be a family member that misuses money. There's a family member that misuses money, and they give whatever it is you think that they waste, they give it to someone else. It just depends on what's going on. Oh, I see what's going on here. If they're a family member, the King of Pentacles energy is a family member. They or a business partner, like a regular business, if it's not workplace, then something's going on with them. They're telling you they don't have this, that, and third payments, but they have a contract with Hold My Money. They have a contract with a King of Wands, and they're telling the King of Wands energy, hold my money. I don't want my other business partner, which is you. I don't want my business partner. I don't want my partner, period. I don't want them to know. I keep getting misused. I don't want them to know I'm misusing my benefits, my money, whatever. I'm tax turn. I don't want them to know I'm misusing that. So can you hold this part for me, so I could go to them, and so that I could go to them? I get complaining to boss, so that I could go to them and tell them that I lost this, that, and the third. But Leo holds. So when I said that, a Leo holds that stuff for them, and you didn't know that. But the air sign elements are trying to tell you that that's what they've been doing on you, or that's a secrecy in the workplace. That's just a secrecy that's going on in the workplace. Whatever, or something's going on interesting with your business partners that you didn't know they were doing that, but has a contract. They formulated a contract together, like around you, and somehow you're extracted from that for some reason. But you didn't know that they had that kind of. You didn't know that they had that kind of agreement together. It just depends on what's going on. Interesting. Your accomplishment has the Ace of Wands energy right next to the Taurus, whatever earth sign male there with the Ace of Wands. But I should apologize. So you're thinking that you should apologize to this person. Should they apologize to you? That's why it's an ace. Should I apologize? Do they need to apologize for you? But they may not. So they may not need to apologize for something you think, or somebody may be telling you that they don't. You may want them to, but you're somehow something's going on where they may not need to for some reason. But they're not in fault. So them not needing to apologize, they're not in fault. It's a King of Wands. It's Wands energy. It's a King of Wands does not need to apologize. The King of Wands energy may not need to apologize. They do what they do, or they do not. They do or they do not. But the reason for the apology, the reason for the not apologizing, or the reason or the need to apologize, it benefits. The reason that they need to or they don't need to because of benefits. It's because of benefits, like workplace benefits or whatever benefits, like insurance and health insurance and they receive. Those kind of things and benefits they receive. But something's going on. But I should apologize. Something is going on where you. Oh, I see. Now I understand. The heavy need for you to apologize is because. Oh, I see. Now I understand. The heavy need for you to apologize is because you were criticizing them for you were complaining about them because you're trying to say, oh, he's not here. He's not here. He's getting paid this, that, and the third. He's not here. He's receiving this, that, and the third benefits. And you're complaining to the air sign element about that. But something's going on where pointless complaining. Something's going on with someone's pointless about the complaining for some reason. But that's why I said later on, you did not know. That's why they want to replay conversations and things of that nature. That's why they hook up the air signs to record this, that, and the third, or replace surveillance video recording and things of that nature. Because the reason for that is because they're embarrassed. Like I said early on, they're embarrassed because you know something. There's that. They could be embarrassed because you're finding out something and you know that, or something's going on. Something's going on with you. You feel like you need to apologize because you're complaining about them, but you don't know, or you're finding out that they actually share their benefits with someone. That's why I said dependent. They actually share their benefits with someone that they deem to be a dependent. But you didn't know that. And something, that's why I said stingy from the beginning, because something's going on with stinginess. They deem you to be. They may deem you to be stingy, or you could have been saying that about them. You were thinking that they were, but they're not. With their benefits and things they receive. He's not using it. I could receive that. But you don't know that they already had a contract or set out an agreement with the King of Wands energy, the Leo element there. And you're like, I'm embarrassed. So you're like, I'm embarrassed because I didn't know that. You're like, I'm embarrassed because you didn't know. You know? Well, you're embarrassed because you didn't know, and you feel the reason for you needing to apologize is because Leo heard something. The reason for you needing to apologize or wanting to is because a Leo may have heard something, and you feel like they heard something. You know? And it could be the air sign that relates something to them. It could be the air signs that relate something to them. You know? But it has something to do with recordings and things of that nature. The air sign elements, they did or they did not record a conversation that you were having with them about one of these elements. But I need to apologize. So when I said may or may not have done that, you still need to apologize because either something was recorded and was related to them. Either something was that you said was they related to them anyway, but they're the best of friends. Those elements are the best of friends. You weren't using your intuition that they are, or they have been for a long period of time. You know? You feel bad? And you feel like you need to apologize? You do or you do not. So either there's a situation here where they received this, that, and the third for not being somewhere, or for sitting around and things of that nature, that or they just want to know if you said that kind of thing about them. That could be a true. Or there's also another situation here where you didn't know that they had a beneficiary. You did not know that they were a beneficiary to something here, or that they have somebody as a beneficiary on their information. You didn't know that, you know? All right. Your spiritual self has the 9 of Wands energy right next to the 8 of Swords. And 9 of Wands is defending yourself. That's why I said and needed to apologize. 8 of Swords energy, but hooking them up. So you need to apologize for hooking the air sign elements up. You feel like you need to. That's what the 9 of Wands energy is in your spiritual self. You feel like you need to apologize. You feel like you need to apologize for hooking. But Taurus found out something. You need to apologize for hooking up the air signs because the Taurus element and Leo. Because the Taurus and the Leo found out something. They're trying to find out something. But I keep getting surveillance video. Something is heavy with a surveillance video that you did not get a chance to erase. That somebody did not get a chance to erase the audio portion of it. Just depends. Every workplace has a different. Every workplace has a different way that they have the cameras and the audio separate, or it's on the same thing, but only certain people have access to that box. It just depends on what's going on. You know, and something that's embarrassing there because, or the heaviness with the surveillance video is because somebody could be trying to read lips, or someone just using their intuition that you were talking about them, period. You know what I mean? Reading lips or going you're forgetting that someone has like a key or like they have access to like the audio portion of a surveillance Taurus. You're forgetting that the Taurus has that access, or somebody's phone. You're forgetting that somebody has the password to somebody's phone, and they can go in and look for the recording and delete it or not delete it or listen to it. You're forgetting that somebody has access to surveillance video or the audio box or surveillance tapes. You're forgetting that part. And somebody's embarrassed, and someone is still embarrassed though. It's embarrassing to them because they may not share certain things with you. There's that. But Libra, so the either Libra doesn't share certain things with you, or the Taurus and the Libra don't share something with you, or they did or they do or they do not, whatever. They don't share certain things with you for some reason, and you're because of that, because hooking up Aquarian, because they don't share certain things with you. That's why you're hooking up the Aquarian. Okay. The mentality has the Queen of Swords energy. That's Libra. So Queen of Swords energy is a Libra with the King of Wands, but they talk to each other. The Libra talks with the King of Wands energy, Leo. The Libra talks to a Leo all the time, or they talk about you. They talk about you. They often talk about you. That's why the Eight of Swords is there with the Nine of what you did. The Eight of Swords next to the Eight of Swords. I almost said Swans. The Eight of Swords was next to the Nine of Wands energy. The Eight of Swords is because those two elements converse about you all the time, or they talk about what you did, Taurus. They talk about what you did to a Taurus, or thought you have about the Taurus, or card payments and family members, but you don't know that someone's just trying to save their money. You don't know that someone is just trying to save their money. They're just trying to save. So that's why I said they're embarrassed, like from the beginning. That family member, like they're trying to tell you lost job. They're trying to tell you they don't want. They're embarrassed to the point where they may not be trying. They are not trying to tell you that they lost their job. There's that, and they can't pay for this, that, and third anymore. So they set a contract up with another family member, another business partner. It's a Leo, but the Libra may know that. The Libra may know all those details there. And that could be where the embarrassment is coming from within you. But they had a contract. Here, I want you to hold this $5,000. It's the last that I have. I need you to hold. They're telling Leo, that's their contract. That's their agreement. I need you to hold this 5,000 for me. Can you hold that for me there? But they're just trying to save. But why you could be thinking, why didn't somebody just tell you out of a job? Why didn't someone just tell you that they were out of a job? Are you not telling someone that something's going on with your job? Whatever it is, Why didn't someone just say that they were out of a job? Every time I touch them, they're just trying to save. Like they're just trying to save a relationship. They're just trying to save. Their benefits that they're. Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. Also, this could be a situation here where I just had the example right there. This could be a situation here where they receive but don't need to. They may receive benefits, but they don't need to receive benefits. Like they receive workplace benefits, or they receive benefit. Libra knows that. A Libra knows that they do, but for some reason they don't need to. This could be a situation here where they're trying to save. Like they're just the spirit emphasizing. They're just trying to save is like they. What's another example? I just had it there. They're just trying to save is like the beneficiary thing and things of that nature is they could be on the Leo's information. They could be on the Leo's benefits and things of that nature, but they still they may not. They may be on someone else's benefits, but or in a workplace, whatever, or they have that agreement. But the reason for that is because they may not want to use their own, but they're just trying to save. They may not want to use their own. They're just trying to save. So there's that. You know what I mean? Or if something's going on with money, they're just trying to save. They may not want to pay, or something's going on with them where they're fully their own insurance. They're fully capable of paying for their own insurance, but at the same time, they're fully capable of paying for their own insurance, but at the same time, their boss or their job gives them free benefits and things of that nature and food stamps. That could be a situation, whatever it is, they receive that, but they don't really need to receive that because they're capable of paying for it on their own, but they lost their job, or something's going on interesting with their job, or something going on with something they're interested with their job and things of that nature. So I don't want to use my money to pay for my own insurance and things. If my boss or my job is going to give me these things, I keep getting benefits. And my boss and things, they're going to give me that stuff for free. Why do I need to come out of pocket to pay for that stuff and insurance and cars and things of that nature, or for not being there? But that's the agreement that they had with the King Wands energy. That's the agreement that they had, and you didn't know that. And something is either crazy, something is either shady, and I need to sue energy there in a workplace, or you're also looking into someone else may want to do that, or something's wrong with family members, and your family member is like, I need to get on. Can you file me as a dependent on your taxes and things of that nature if it's a family member? But they have money, but they're not trying to tell you that they lost their job. They're not trying to, or as a business partner that's doing that, they're not trying to tell you that they lost their jobs, and someone's embarrassing about that, and they can't pay for this, that, and the third. So you're trying to figure out why. You're trying to figure out why they want you to file them as a dependent on your taxes, or you're trying to figure out why they do that with the fire sign male, or you're finding out that they do that with a fire sign, but they just want to save. You're finding out that they do that with the fire sign male, but they're just trying to save their money, their benefits. That makes sense. Wow. Whatever. Or you could be doing that with them, or you're just finding out something. You doing that with them, you're just finding out something by Libras, by Aquarians, by the air signs. You're just finding that out, and something is interesting about that. That's why the Nine of Wands is Leo. The Nine of Wands in the spiritual self is Leo. The Leos defend the reason, taxes. The Leos defend the reason into why they have this person as a dependent on, as a beneficiary on their taxes. They are that, or they are their information. They are that, or they are not. But someone has an interesting tactic in a workplace or a business deal or in a family into how to save their money, into how to into either saving their money or getting things paid off for them. But they have the money, but they don't. But they may have lost their job, or they just don't want to use. They just don't want to use their benefits, so that they're trying to get on somebody else's. Or they just don't want to use car payments again. They don't want to pay for their car payment. So, but they can. Like someone may be fully capable of paying off their cards and things of that nature. They can do that, but they would rather get on a Leo's information, or share that somehow, so that they won't have to pay the full. That's why I said they're just trying to save money. Someone that has an interesting way into just saving money. But something's embarrassing because you may have been thinking that a coworker, or business partner, or family member lazy. You may have been thinking that a coworker, or business partner, or family member is lazy. You're thinking that they are, but they're not. They're just trying to save money. Someone may have kids, or someone may just be trying to save future. Someone may just be trying to save for their future, but they have an interesting tactic into saving for their future. All right? Do you have that kind of thing? You may have that with their stuff. You had that kind of thought with their stuff. That could be why. That could be where the shade and the embarrassment is coming from within you, because you didn't know. You're thinking that they're lazy. They don't want, or they're getting paid to do nothing. Whatever, however you want to look at that. But you feel bad. They're trying to save for their future. You feel bad. They're just trying to save for their future. And one thought that you were having was trying to take something from them. That was one thought that you were having there. It was, or it was not. And that could be where I need to apologize to them energy is coming from. Tower energy is in the changing position. It could be the sign of Scorpio, but they're not somewhere. So a Scorpio is not somewhere anymore. They could have left, whatever. But they have information. So a Scorpio may have information on what's going on with Tauruses. They have, and whatever earth sign male, they have information on what's going on with them. And in Leo, they like a Leo. So a Scorpio likes a Leo. Something is important about a Scorpio liking a Leo for some reason, but they're not somewhere. They are not somewhere. They could have went on vacation, but leaves often. The Scorpio energy, they leave often, or they left. Period. They leave often. They leave often. However you want to look at leave often. They come by often. They leave, but want that to stop. The come by often, you want that to stop. Oh, the interesting energy with them coming by and staying because they're in a business deal. The coming by and leaving and staying or whatever. They're in a business deal with these earth sign males and a Leo. They're in a business deal with them. But family, so the family, this is a family business deal situation that have very little information on. It's a family information. It's a family business deal that you have very little information on. That's why I said you need to apologize to certain people here, or something's going on with they may not work somewhere where you work, but it's a business deal. Not this element not working somewhere where you work, it's a business deal. But they may come by to interact with these two elements only, and a Libra knows why that happens. A Libra knows why that happens, but some secrecy with that happening in a workplace. You're like, where are they coming? Who is this person? Or what, either who are they, or why they keep coming by at a certain time? Why do they keep coming by at a certain time all the time? That's why the Eight of Cups is right underneath them, because you don't understand why they keep coming by. But it's a business deal and things of that nature. And you didn't know that, or you didn't know some part of it, but they receive also. You not knowing some part of it, a Scorpio receives something also. A Scorpio receives something also. That could be what the air sign elements are trying to tell you. That could be what the air signs are trying to tell you there. But if it's not Scorpio being involved and having secret information that you feel like you didn't have, whatever you feel left out from that for some reason, if it's not that, then it's just Tower energy. It's just what's changing. Embarrassment. It's just embarrassment that's changing. Like either you're no longer embarrassed, or Scorpio's not embarrassed. These elements over here still embarrassed. These elements over here are still embarrassed because you're finding out something, because you recorded something. Because you ask somebody to play a video, record whatever you ask somebody to do. The energy with you needing to record that, or ask somebody to replay a surveillance or a phone recording and things of that nature, is because you not having the information on some type of business. So either it's family or workplace or business partners. You're not having that information, it feeling extracted. You don't have that information to make you feel really extracted. So hooking up people to record their conversation. Why am I not a part of that? You don't know why you're not. These could be your business partners that they do that. Why am I not a part of that? That's why the Tower is changing. Why didn't certain people tell me so I won't have to look like a fool? Why didn't certain people tell me something so I wouldn't be looking crazy somewhere? You feel like you're looking crazy somewhere because looking crazy somewhere is not having all the information on the way a business deal runs in a family or a workplace or with business partners. Not having all that information, feeling extracted from not having all that information, and acting out in a way where you're talking about certain people. You don't have the full story. You're acting out in a way where you don't have you're acting out in a way where you don't have the full story, but it has something to do with you talking about certain people in a very interesting way, but you don't have the full story. You don't know the full story there. That's why the Tower is there and you're changing position. It's changing because you something may be clearing up. The air sign female may clear up something, but don't really want to. The air sign female may be clearing up something for you, but they don't really want to. And that could be where the Tower energy is what's changing. The clearing up something for you is no longer being embarrassed, or no longer being excluded, no longer being excluded from something, no longer being in limbo about what's going on with a Taurus, with a Leo, whatever. Resolution has the Knight of Pentacles energy going towards the 5, but get back money. So Knight of Pentacles, you feel like you should get back money. Something could have worked out with something that you did. You feel like you need to give somebody back money for some reason. The Knight of Pentacles is there. It's not Pentacles energy. So it could be the Earth sign energies coming in with money, but they don't need to do that. So Earth sign energies coming in with money, they don't need to. The reason why they don't need to is because you find out what's going on with them. What's really going on with them? Lost job, lost car, trying to save a future. Whatever it is trying to do, if you feel bad, and you're like, you could have taken money from them. You could have taken money from them, You could have taken money from them, Someone's going on with a Cancer also. So something's interesting going on, but they know what's happening. From the beginning, a Cancer knows what's going on. That's why you can't find a Cancer or whatever, but a Cancer may know what's going on. You know what I mean? From the beginning, a Cancerian energy may know what's going on. That could be why you're annoyed with the Cancer. That could also be why you're annoyed with a Cancer, needing them to pick you up and not answering, and because they know what's going on with the Earth sign males. The feeling extracted, family knows something. The feeling extracted is because other family members know something. Other what do you call it? Other coworkers, other business partners know something. You're getting mad Think somebody's lazy. Think somebody doesn't want to pick you up, but they have financial issues. You're thinking that someone just doesn't want to pick you up from the beginning, but they just have financial problems. And you may have borrowed money from them. You may have borrowed money from them, but you don't know the full story. You may have borrowed money from them, but you don't know the full story with them. With their something interesting going on with them with money or benefits, beneficiary stuff, cars, no job, whatever it is, can't pay car insurance, bikes, whatever it is that they're struggling with, But Libra no help. So when I say whatever it is that they're struggling with, the Libra's no help. Libra could be their partner, their sibling, their whatever. The Libra's no help for some reason, giving you information you need. The Libra's no help for some reason. That could be why you're trying to call them, get them on the phone, record a conversation that you're having with them, whatever. But they're no help. You deem it to be no help for some reason. The Knight of Pentacles, Five of Wands is that the Five of Wands energy is arguing. You could be arguing with a Leo, or they're arguing with you, but give back money. Them arguing with you is they're trying to tell you to give back money. Something, give back money. However you want to look at arguing with you. So it could be a small argument, but I didn't know. It's a small argument, but you didn't know that Taurus had that kind of stuff going on. You didn't financially deprived or whatever. You're borrowing money from someone that you're trying to borrow money from someone that you didn't know was financially suffering. Whereas the Leo that you didn't know was financially suffering, or just lazy. The Leo may just be lazy. But somebody has them. They're on somebody's benefits for whatever reason. You don't understand that. And Scorpio and Cancers are a part of that. Scorpio and Cancers are a part of that. Or they know something there that you don't know. Feeling extracted, needing to apologize. People just trying to save money. All right, let's see what the outcome is here, Pisces. This is better than the other one that I did, for sure. All right. Four of Cups. I keep getting embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Like, you keep saying that you're embarrassed for some reason. Like, something is heavy with embarrassment. Because you didn't know a business partner was suffering financially. And you're trying to fix. You think they're just lazy. You think a coworker is just lazy. But somebody, so you're trying to get on there. They get paid for not being somewhere. They get paid for sitting around. But you don't know the reason. You don't know the backstory into why they're that way. You don't know the backstory, but you're finding out the backstory because of the air signs. Cancers, the Scorpio, they're not telling you. So when I say Cancer, Scorpio, they're not telling you, but the air signs are. But they're giving you very little information. You're hooking them up all the time to find out why something is limited with the Earth sign males or male. Four of Cups, or something's going on with family members, and you trying to figure out. You need rides from family members. But they're not telling you they lost their job, Somebody lost their job. They can't pay for their car anymore. Or they have money to pay for it, but they lost their job. So they have money to pay for it, but they lost their job for some reason. But they don't want to use their money. Hence the reason for, I'm just trying to save energy. Are you trying to save? That could be a tactic that you have on someone that can't take care of it. That could be a tactic that you have that from the beginning, but you didn't know that the tactic that you had on someone, on the person that you have it on to help yourself, is financially suffering. That could be where the embarrassment is coming from. All right, Pisces, let me know how it resonates. Be well. Take care. Bye.